There's nothing more satisfying than a homegrown carrot, I'm telling you. The satisfaction of even pulling it out of the ground, there's nothing like it. Hi, Niven Patel here from Miami, Florida. I'm here in my backyard. Gonna be cooking a roasted carrot chaat out of our wood oven back here. But before we get started cooking, I want to take you guys out to the farm and pick some carrots. Just gonna loosen up the ground a little bit. Look at these beautiful carrots. As soon as we pick them, we always have like a bucket of water here. Kind of chills them so they stay a little fresher. It's kind of washing off some of the dirt also. Now we're ready to get to the oven. This is actually a really special variety that I brought back from India. This is what they use in like their traditional like sweet carrot desserts called gajar no halva. It has like a really nice sweet tone to it. We're just gonna cut them into like some smaller pieces. We're cooking a chaat, which is like an Indian street food. And traditionally, it is done with just a lot of vegetables, like cooked potatoes, chickpeas, and then like a sweet yogurt sauce, a lot of pomegranate, cilantro chutney, and like this crispy chickpea. Just gonna take this cast iron, just put a little olive oil there. Just gonna take these carrots, a little salt. I'm gonna throw them in the oven. Well, if you don't have a wood fire like I do in my backyard, the best thing to do is like a 450-degree oven to get it nice and hot. Throw a pan in there ahead of time so you're going into a hot pan. While that's roasting, I'm gonna make a cilantro chutney. So the cilantro chutney is like a very good condiment just to have in your kitchen for anything that you want to put it on. It goes great with like samosa, or even like in a sandwich, you can just smear cilantro chutney in bread. So this is like an Indian little grinder. So it's a smaller version of a Vitamix. So we have like half of a serrano pepper, one little garlic clove. We're gonna throw a little pinch of salt into here. I always like to season all the layers instead of at the end. This little powder is citric acid. Then we got some fresh cilantro here. This is like in every Indian household. We have this like really nice spice kind of tin. This is one of my favorite powders here. We actually make it where we toast coriander seed and cumin and then make like a coarse powder out of it right into this cilantro mix. I'm gonna throw a little drizzle of olive oil, a little squeeze of lime. I'm gonna close that up and give it a little blend. It's like a nice green chutney here. Next, we're gonna add this like crunchy element to the chaat. Normally they add like puffed rice and stuff, but we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna make a chickpea noodle almost. For this chickpea noodle, the ingredients that we're gonna use are pretty basic. We're gonna do chickpea flour here. We use this is a special chili that we get from the Kashmir region in India. But obviously if you don't have this, you can just use cayenne to add a little bit of heat. This chili doesn't have much heat. We're just gonna sift that together. We're just gonna take like a cup of chickpea flour, a little pinch of salt, and we're gonna take one of these spoons of the Kashmiri chili. We're actually just gonna sift it. We kind of sift this because chickpea flour has a lot of little lumps in it. And if you have a lot of lumps going on when you're putting it through the extruder, it could like get stuck. I started cooking at a very young age. Like in Indian household, like we're always around cooking. So seeing like what I'm about to make was like a weekend kind of snack thing that we would always have. I didn't realize how much I loved it until I got into my older ages, for sure. And that was the beauty of like trying to start the restaurant, was trying to bring some of this like more home style cooking into the restaurant atmosphere. Make this like thick, almost pasty dough that we're gonna be able to put into the hot oil. So on the side here, I also have like oil kind of getting slowly hot here. We want it like a lower temperature oil, so we're gonna fry around like 300 to 315. So it doesn't instantly burn and like turn too brown. Okay, so we have this like nice little mix here. So we're just gonna add a little water at a time. as we make it, you can kind of see how strong that Kashmiri chili is that we use here. The consistency that you're kind of looking for is like toothpaste. If you don't want to go through all this hard work, if you have like an Indian grocery store around you, they sell this. I just feel like the quality that you can do from making at home is a lot better. So we have this like nice thick paste here, so you can kind of see those speckles of the Kashmiri chili that add all that flavor to it. And then you just basically take this paste and we just drop it into this extruder. If you don't have this tool, what you could do is, if you have a grater that has a lot bigger holes, or like a metal grater, this is like what I use when we're gonna take it out. But if you have something like this, you could maybe just like press it into this and right into the hot oil. This is from India, but you can also, if you go to Indian grocery stores, they usually have these for sale. First, I just kind of do a little bit just to test the oil, and it's looking like it's perfect. So then I just do the whole. So after you extrude it, you don't want to mess around with it too much. You just kind of want to let it do its thing. We're going to give it one flip so it cooks evenly. You can kind of see it now here. And I have 2 new twin daughters that are 7 months old, so I don't think we're going to be going to India anytime soon. It's the time of my life, having a lot of great moments with them. It's been a little hectic in the restaurant, so coming home to them, it's been nice and definitely kind of resets your day. So I'm just taking the chickpeas out. So this is like the noodle at the end of the day. It's like super crispy, a textural element to the dish. So let's check on the carrots now. Yeah, look at those carrots. They're like caramelized. I like to let them get a little dark like that. Really like caramelizes the sugars. We're gonna take the carrots, put them into a mixing bowl. Then I'm just gonna cut some fresh heirloom tomato and a little bit of onion to toss into it. So this is like kind of the hot, cold, fresh elements that we're talking about. This is some Vidalia onions. I really like using like sweet or Vidalia onions instead of even red onions, because you can kind of keep them bigger and really get the essence of the onion without overpowering the dish. So we take this carrot tomato mix. We're gonna hit it with a little bit more like lime juice. Just gonna toss all that together. I'm gonna bring it over here to our plate. I'm just gonna like put it in the bowl. Then we're going to take this green chutney that we have. We're just gonna put some dollops of this on it. I just picked some fresh pomegranate seeds. It also adds like this sweet, kind of crunchy element to the dish. I'm like a yogurt fanatic, so we always have like house-made yogurt, but you can always just use store-bought plain yogurt. And we just sweeten this up with just a pinch of like brown sugar and cumin. Because like the green chutney is gonna be a little spicier, this kind of helps off-balance that spiciness. This is like the crispy element. We just kind of break it up, and then we just kind of sprinkle it all over the dish here. And then I also grow a lot of herbs here on the farm, so normally it's just like with cilantro, but I have like tons of like really nice tarragon. So we're just gonna like pick it, tear it on top. So I just put some cilantro. This is actually a cool little mint. It's called apple mint. So it has like this little apple taste to it. There's a lot of cool mints that are hitting the market right now. There's like orange mint, apple mint, chocolate mint that add a really cool layer while you're eating through this dish. And then there's also one leaf I have here. This is called sorrel. Sorrel has like this pop of acid, like lemon. So it's like a surprising element when you add it to the dish. When someone eats it, they're like, where did that come from? And when you have this dish right here, now you have all these layers that we've kind of built up. And when you eat it, you just kind of like give it a nice little mix like this. Make sure you get all those little elements in there. So good. I'm tasting, first and foremost is like the caramelized carrots. Like I like to roast them nice and hard like that. So it gets this like nice caramelized sweet carrot taste. Then we have like those fresh elements and like pops of pomegranate and the crispy texture of the chickpea. And then the fresh element of the herbs really brightens up the dish. Thanks for hanging out with me in our backyard kitchen.